All right, so I'm going to attempt to make a video explaining why in this question you only need one for loop for part B, so that hopefully you can understand it better and hopefully get a better understanding of objects in the process. Okay, so for this particular one, the part A, when you return something, you're actually returning download info. Okay, so you're actually returning an object, and not only that, but you're returning an object that is in the array list that you want. So you're going through this download list, which is the array list. Info is one of those objects. So let me just explain to you what's actually happening, or try to. I'm sorry, when I didn't feel like typing mine out, so I just used theirs. Yeah. Anyway, so what happens here, so you have this array list. Okay, this array list has all these objects inside of it. And this one right here, this one has a title and what was it, a song's number of times it's played or something probably in there, like the increment thing that you can do. So the only thing we really know right now is that it's got a title because you can get the title. Okay. So what you do is you look for the title. Now you could have done a regular for loop and done, actually I did with mine, and done download list.getI.get title. So download list.getI would replace the info piece. Okay, and then you get the title, and if it's equal to title, then you're going to return the info. So remember, info here is, info is this object at this spot. So if this object, whatever spot that is, so I'm just saying it's the ith spot, that object is there. So the array list is actually pointing to, and we don't always demonstrate it like this, but technically what's happening is it's out here somewhere, and this array list right here is pointing to this spot. Okay, not the actual title, it's pointing to the actual spot. So it's pointing to the object, and the title is inside. So that's why, if this is the ith spot, it's doing that. So what happens is this one is pointing here, and when it returns this, returns this info right here. So the way this was done here is we created an object, same deal, went through titles, created an object of type download info. So when we called this, it created found info. So found info is just an object of type download info. But what happens when we do this is it's pointing to the same one. So if this has two plays right now, if this title has two plays, so it actually exists. So I get in there, it's not null. I come over here. If I increment found info to 3, this one is pointed at it. They're both pointing at it. It's like a joint account. So I don't have to go through and find the index that it's at because it returned the object. The actual object was returned, and the reference to it has been withheld, or no, I don't know how else to say it, but they're pointing to the same thing. So it's like you have a bank account, you open it, and when you get married, your wife or husband is also can also use that account. So when they add money to it or increment it, it increments your account and her account because it's the same account. It's the same idea. So if we reference to an object, so that's what's happening here. We're referring to that object. When we increment that object, it's the same object. So all we have to do is go through titles, find the information, and if it's found, if it's not null, then we just increment that found. We don't have to go through it and find what spot it's at. It's unnecessary because the reference takes care of it. Okay, I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I believe you guys have enough knowledge that my weird explanation of it and pointy things, hopefully will click into place a little.